Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 16 of our Rebel Summer 61 campaign using the a.o.m mod. So, last episode, we only moved one day. We're actually still in that day. We were on May 21st. Actually, it was May 20th that we fought everything. I brought everything over to May 21st. And we did have two battles fought on that day. We had the second battle of St. Joseph up here with the Indian Army fighting off 2nd Corps Army of Southwest Missouri, which did drag down the readiness into the yellow, but that's not too big of a deal. And I'm going to have them start. It looks like they're on the river right now. If they sit in place here, I'm going to have the Indian Army move to engage them. But right now, I do have the Army of Missouri heading towards Jefferson City. Hopefully we'll be able to engage or shove the 2nd Corps of Southwest Missouri out of Missouri. Because I think they're maybe the last federal force in the area. There may be an Army headquarters and another corps in the area. But we just don't have sighting of them. The siege of Fort Larned is still going on. Hopefully it'll be done the next day or two. It's very close to being finished. This one has gone on much longer than I thought it would. And we did have another battle at Manassas, 9th Manassas. Looks like we got another one coming up here pretty soon, as 2nd Corps Army of Virginia is now on its way. But it'll be attacking on its own, even though these corps sit in here. I don't think they're in any condition to fight, so this corps will be coming by itself. Other than that, the map has been quiet. Biggest thing is I'm waiting for Lee's Army of Mississippi to get into Cairo. I gave them orders to move out of Newmarket and try to get to Cairo, where the readiness should get up faster. So I do need this army on the move. It is really hampering my plans right now that I don't have this army available to me. But I think that about covers it for right now, so we're going to jump into the historical record. An undated diary entry from Sergeant Zachary Williams, 1st Tennessee Volunteer Infantry, Mandy's Wildcat Brigade. I have, for reasons beyond my comprehension, been awarded a sergeant's rank, perhaps for not being shot. Regardless, I feel unfit for the majority of my duties, namely the maintaining of discipline on the march. There have been a number of fights between our men and the White Lightnings over whiskey, women, or presumed cowardice by either party. Private Henning of Company B fatally stabbed a private in the Emu Brigade and was executed the previous day. This has not improved the relations between either the officers or the men in either outfit. I am increasingly grateful that we are in separate divisions. The officers, from second lieutenants up to potentially Colonel Manning himself, hold the bird soldiers in great disdain, and Colonel Emerson's Maine is rapidly approaching the status of Old Scratch himself among the men. Captain Clarkson claimed that Emerson has the ear of General Commanding and has been directly responsible for nearly every delay in resupply for the brigade. I do not much entertain these rumors, but I have yet to see any action be taken against the captain by superior officers. In more inspiriting matters, the Lieutenant Colonel has found a bobcat cub and dubbed the regimental mascot, deeming it fitting. As such, 5 men have been detailed to tend to it. Once again, thank you to everybody who chooses to add diary entries, letters, newspaper clippings to the historical record. I think I'm starting to get a little bit of a dynamic story running with my corps out here at St. Louis, and I'd like to see where this is going to end up going. But, alright, I think that covers everything for right now, so we are going to go get this map rolling along, and hopefully we can make it to the end of May. We'll see. Alright, it is now just going on 1 a.m. of May 22nd. And 9th Manassas was fought on May 21st, and two of the corps that did take place are going to take part in this battle also. So we're going to call this a continuation of 9th Manassas. This won't be 10th. This will be the second day of the 9th battle. Because this is a reinforcing corps coming onto the field. So it's a 2nd Corps Army of Virginia with 13,970 men and 14 guns. 1st Corps Army of Potomac, 13,800 men and 29 guns. 1st Corps Army of the James, 12,298 men and 36 guns. Under command of Army James, which is under command of Don Carlos Buell. Aggregate strength of 32,622 infantry, 6,412 cavalry, and 79 guns, going against the Army of Potomac and Beauregard with 25,741 men, 2,680 cavalry, and 120 guns. So they do have us not too badly in numbers. Once again, we're going to be on the defensive, so we're going to use that to our advantage. Welcome, my grunts, to day 2 of the 9th Battle of Manassas Junction. So this time around, we're defending the Robeson house, or Robinson's house, however you want to pronounce it. And the Federals are coming in along the Braddock Road and the road north of Centerville. And their morale is very low. It's 32 to our 54, so it's not going to take much to break this Federal force. And it's 12:30 in the morning, or 0030 hours. So I'm going to set up my defenses I usually have. I'm going to send the cavalry up here to cover Sudley Church, Sudley Spring area. Probably the Demi Brigade down here by Poplar Ford, and the rest of the men spread out between Farm Ford, Stonebridge, and Lewis Ford. I really would like to allow the AI to cross the river and kind of mount a proper assault. But this is just bad terrain for maneuvering. There's really no good place to set up my troops to do that, so we're just going to set up on the fords once again and try to end this battle as quickly as possible. Alright, it's now 1:30 in the morning. We do have our sighting on the 1st Federal Cavalry as my troops are still moving into position, which is not good. They're going to come over and do some damage to us right now. You better get those guns firing. Alexandria's about to take a beating. Gonna move on, boys. Artillery's clogging the road on me. Some of my divisions moving to position fast, some did not. Always comes down to the commander. We're about to see the downfall of the Alexandria artillery here. Let's pull you boys back if we can. Longstreet, get your men friggin' moving. Let's go. I was going to have more time to get in a position. Yeah, the cavalry's coming in hard. Funnily enough, the Hampton Legion, which had the furthest distance to travel, actually got into position first. Actually, why are your men not moving? Get moving. Virginia, get your artillery out of the damn way. Looks like they are all over the field up here. Get your boys dismounted and get ready for them. There goes that cavalry. Oxford's just not moving at all. That's a little annoying. And I forgot to transfer Louisiana Tigers to the Denny Brigade because they are a light infantry unit. Kind of need them over there with the rest of the light infantry. Gotta remember to do that after this battle. Where are your guns? The hell are they still doing back there? Walk Street, what the hell's going on? You don't want to follow orders? Is that what it comes down to? There's so much going on the field right now, it's got everything a little screwed up. It doesn't matter, I don't believe. They're going to keep sending this cavalry across the way they are. Whoa, that's a lot of cavalry. Yeah, we break this cavalry, probably just break the army in its entirely. Guys back without too many losses, thankfully. They're sending all their cavalry at us. All this dust here is the sheer amount of artillery being fired into the area. I really think I'm going to need you boys over here. What's going on over here? More cavalry. Max, go see these boys off. Thank you very much. Go get them. Don't tell me these guys are glitched. That cause a lot of problems. hate how the AI does this. It breaks, reform while units are in melee. Shouldn't be happening like that. Units broken, keep it broken. Alright. Come on back. That's running away unit. Longstreet, you got me wondering about you now. That cavalry's seen off. I'm surprised that did not break the Federal Army. Brought them down to 26. They are almost there. Not quite. It looks like it'll be a few minutes before we see anything else, so I'll be back. Alright, so the Federals did not finish coming on to attack us. They immediately retreated away. As soon as the cavalry was basically out of sight, started getting all these withdrawal notices as the Federals started leaving the field. So, not much of a fight there, at all. Took down 1,100 of their 8,000 cavalry for a loss of 22 of our infantry, 60 of our cavalry, a few men from the artillery out of one battery. Total 89 men lost for 1,100 of theirs. So, a skirmish in the greater scheme of things. We didn't lose any officers. We didn't lose too many men. I want to see... I didn't even see which unit that was attacking us. So we gotta go find their cavalry. See if we got any of their officers. I think it's probably Pennsylvania. Actually... yeah, Pennsylvania Brigade. Didn't lose anybody. Not the other corps. No officers wounded. Nope. Yeah, but those casualties are pretty spread out throughout the entire Air Force, so I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Alright, victory at what I'm considering day 2 of the 9th Battle of Manassas. Army James once again withdraws with 3 corps in tow. And the average part of the suffered total casualties 1,100 men, 205 killed, 499 captured. Our casualties still 89 men, 15 killed and 13 missing. Captured 411 rifles. Hopefully that's all some good cavalry weapons I can desperately need. I still have a lot of troops armed with mixed muskets, mixed cavalry weapons. We need to get rid of all that stuff. Alright, maybe we can finally get this month through to the end of this episode. We'll see. But hopefully we don't see any more lemming attacks over here at Manassas for a while. Alright, we have finally captured Fort Larned. I was actually getting a little tired of waiting for it, so I did order an assault, which is something I generally tend not to do. But I think the siege train has been held up long enough by this fortification. So I'm immediately going to start marching them on Topeka, where the Kansas militia should be hiding out. Hopefully we can get there before the readiness gets too low, but that's not a big force there. It's a problem of readiness and morale. They could have a tiny force there, and if our morale's cracked, it's cracked, and they're not going to fight. So I do need these troops in Topeka as quickly as possible to chase away the Kansas militia, get them rested up, and moving on to Fort Kearney. Looks like we may make it to the end of the month, and the Army of Missouri has now found the 1st Corps Army of Southwest Missouri and its headquarters over here at Jefferson City. We have an issue as they have 29,000 men. We have 11,117. But they're sitting here trading. It doesn't look like they're getting... This is really a supply wasteland out here, so they kind of have more troops in that force than they really should. How are we looking over here? Traveling Harem is out of supply, but that depot is getting built. Another 10 more days until that's finished. And I have moved the Army of Western Tennessee into Salem, just east of the Harem. to give us a better line over here. Looks like Lee is finally about to make it into Cairo, where he can hopefully get his readiness up. And there's no supply depot here apparently, so I'm going to have him start constructing one there also. I don't think I ever noticed that the Federals burned down the depot. If I can build one here. I think I might have I think I realized that in the past, and I tried building a depot and it wouldn't let me for some reason in the region. I don't know. What we got going on here? And they're all just still camped out here. But I'll let them camp out and build this force up, I think. 'Cause that should make it for a nice big throwdown battle if we have all these corps in one fight with us and they don't have bad morale. That'd be a nice fight. So I'm going to let that happen. Now it looks like we got a force approaching Cumberland Gap. 3rd Corps. Army of Virginia with 20,000 men going after the Army of Eastern Tennessee. But looks like we got our fight back out this way with McCullough. Alright, Army of Southwest Missouri under Nathaniel Lyon with its 1st Corps. Bringing 27,834 infantry, 1,122 cavalry, and 18 guns. We're bringing 6,430 infantry, 4,426 mounted riflemen, and 21 guns. Might be an interesting fight, but this unit looks is attriting, and it hasn't moved in a while. I haven't seen the 1st Corps in quite a bit, so they've been sitting here a while attriting, so hopefully their morale's nice and low. Make this fight easy for us. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Jefferson City, Ferry. It is a meeting engagement, and the meeting point is the Deweyville Road over here by the Ettonsburg Farm. So the Federals are definitely going to be there ahead of us as we got the longest distance to travel. This should be a pure meeting engagement for us. So I'm going to be sending out my dismount. I'm going to be sending out my mounted riflemen, obviously well ahead of the main force. Get them down the road here. We're going to go straight for the objective point. No fancy maneuvering. I was thinking about heading up here towards Deweyville itself. This might actually be the better option. Let them take the objective and come in behind them. Their morale's only at 21. Really? To our 34. I think we're both going to be rushing our cavalry out the objective point here. This might be an interesting fight. I could see this turning very interesting. Neither one of our morale is very high, but theirs is very close to breaking. They should get here first, but if we get here first, we probably crack their morale before a big fight forms. So I'm going to be moving my cavalry at the gallop the entire way there. It's a big distance. Hard on the horses, not something you really want to do. But I think it's going to be worthwhile. Those are all mounted riflemen. You guys are not trained as mounted riflemen yet, but you can see our morale is actually kind of low here with some of the flashing units. Alright, let's get my troops on the move and let's see who wins the race. Alright, so the Federals did win the race by a long shot here. Thankfully I have my cavalry stopped and just short of them. Their morale is still not very high. It's now up to 27. I did have all the mounted riflemen heading down over here by the Greeley Road, and I ordered the infantry to march up towards Deweyville. It looks like I'm probably not going to need them. I think my dismounted cavalry should be able to handle the job. All my troops are really spread out right now. Yeah. It's going to be most of the day before the infantry gets up into Deweyville. What we're going to do is we're going to come swing down here and advance through the woods over here, up on the flank of this federal force. And I use the 2nd Mounted Rifle Division to come up on the centers to support them once they get up there. Why are you boys not using the road? That doesn't make any sense. Looks like it's going to be a few minutes more before my troops are in position to begin anything, so I'll be back. Alright, it's now 13:43 and I'm getting ready to start pushing my soldiers in here. I did move Parsons' cavalry into the woods in front of the Federals. I have the Arkansas State Cavalry into the woods on their flank. The Federals are actively rolling their flank back because these are not some high morale units over here. The Pierce's Arkansas State Troop Division is still on its way to Deweyville, moving pretty quickly, but who is this? Raines' 2nd MSG Division, Missouri State Troop Division, is kind of slow stepping back here. Hopefully they can get caught up pretty soon. But we're going to start pushing in this attack because I want it over before the day is done. Alright, 1st Arkansas, start moving forward. I have Texas replace them once they clear out these 2 brigades. And they'll push into the next brigades. And I'm going to do an en echelon attack brigade by brigade down the line. If any of these troops start swinging in their direction, I'll be able to push forward this cavalry to lock them down on the flank, hopefully. I think some of these troops need to get disbanded. They got less than 5. Some of these troops have... that MSG cavalry has less than 500 men, and there's a brigade over here that's under 400. Yeah, 1st Arkansas Cavalry is at 293 men. So I think we're going to be disbanding these some of these units. I need you closer to where your men are going to be. Turn off that rally. Why do you not want to go where I want you to go? Interesting. And are they pulling back again? They are. Yeah, these 2 units, they don't want to fight them. They may just start pulling back this whole wing. You can sit on that back side of the hill there. Artillery standing to fight. They won't last long. Just realized federal morale did come up to 30, so it's going to take a little more to break them now. Alright, there goes the artillery. Alright, boys, keep pushing forward. Where the hell is your division commander? Get the hell up here. How many times I gotta order you up here? That brigade does not want to stand and fight either. Looks like I'm going to be pushing them back onto the objective. Looks like we got a little bit of a glitch going on here. Give them a halt order. Get rid of that. Question is, do I start pushing these boys in? Infantry's starting to arrive at Deweyville. The original plan was to have them come down here and sit up in these woods, but they're actually spread out into the woods here. So we're actually going to have them come out this way. And whenever the other division arrives, we'll get them in place, if they ever arrive. Yeah, keep advancing. I have a feeling this is going to be an annoying fight. This may be one of those running battles where I just can't lock the Federals into a fight. That has happened before. Alright, where'd that advance order go? Just move forward. Seems this fight's going to be glitchy no matter what. These guys were showing stable, now they're unstable. Alright, let's see if we can't see them away. If we can just break these brigades up. Oh, no, that's the one that was unstable. I'm thinking about these two. Oh, this will be a nice, easy level up for the 1st Arkansas. They're 5-star brigades, so it'll be nice to get them leveled. It's turning into a boring attack, because they don't want to fight. If I could see off an entire corps with just one brigade, it's going to be pretty sad. Taking 10 casualties so far, but that was from artillery fire when my cavalry took out in the open field over here. Not going to be doing a lot of damage from here to laying down in cover. We got to get closer, try to force them to stand up. Those guys did receive those orders. Good. Oh, and their forces are right there at the edge of the wood, too. But they're getting ready to break also. They have not been treating this corps well. They finally stood up good. Now to send it forward this broken brigade. Try and help. Alright. Are you boys actually going to come out and fight us? Interesting. Okay. Of course, cavalry's already winded because they're not used to walking around. Level 2 dismounted rifles or mounted rifles, which will raise their accuracy up even more. Yet a.o.m changed this perk I do like, because it makes them more like sharpshooters. Alright boys, push forward. There we go, level 2, that raises their accuracy to 12.5%. Here's 12.5, so these guys are now pretty deadly. They're wounded, so I'm going to send in the 3rd Texas next. Moving away from my infantry. They're just kind of balling up down here now. Interesting. Why are your guys' morale so low? Alright, 3rd Texas, your turn. Did they just get mounted? Are you kidding me? Down here now. try and stay out of my carbine range. It's only the units that start as mounted rifles actually get rifles. You can't create mounted rifle regiments on your own, which really sucks, but it's kind of good too because they are an OP unit. Get the hell dismounted, get back in loose order. Battery, please. These guys just marched right into me. Okay. They just broke themselves also. That's good. Boys, no longer winded. Push up. Another division. Marines, get your men down the road now. Ooh, taking a big hit. Boys, pull back. Really can't afford a lot of casualties in this force. We do have the morale back down to 20, so they shouldn't be hanging around too much longer. Texans, I really can't afford to replace these guys. We got nobody to replace Texans with. Another one of those running battles. We trap them here, they can only cross at this bridge. Where am I retreating? Oh, there they are. 10th Texas. One of my stronger units, too. Marines, whatever the hell you're doing, get your men moving. The hell you boys doing? Jocelyn shouldn't be that outranged, okay? Keep advancing, keep hitting. How are you firing at me from all the way back here? The hell are you armed with? I mean, Sharp's rifle shouldn't make it that far. Keep going, boys. It's starting to annoy me. And first Arkansas just broke. Starting to arrive. Yeah, they're backing away from us. Get over the creek. Did you guys retreat through the federal? Jesus. This attack has been going horribly wrong. Thankfully, I have some solid units. Yeah, they're breaking. They're already done. I did lose more men than I thought I would during this attack. This went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Then again, crossing the map and throwing my men right into an attack was not the best idea in the world either. We're just going to speed this along. We're not going to try and chase anybody down for the extra casualties. We just want them out of the state. Alright, took down 850 to 24,000 infantry, 50 to 950 cavalry, 15 to 20 guns. Total loss of 1,000 of their 25,000 men. We lost one of our 6,426 infantry, 451 of our 4,419 cavalry. 0 of our guns. Total loss of 452 of our 11,120 men. I don't believe we lost anybody. Nope. And no viewer units here. I just want to see if we got any of their commanders. A lot of Wow, these are all separate brigades here except for this division. Wounded Lieutenant Colonel Shaves of the 1st Division Battery Commander. You gotta do something about the AI not putting these independent brigades into divisions. But, yeah, we wounded one battery commander. That was it. I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Alright, victory at Jefferson City Ferry, Army Southwest Missouri, and its 1st Corps running away. And they actually blamed it on a colonel this time. Doubleday took the blame for that fight. So, the Army's reported suffered total casualties of 994 men. There are 134 killed and 591 captured. Our casualties total 452 men with 71 killed, 80 missing, and the rest of wounded. We captured 323 rifles and 4 guns from the field and sent 570 soldiers off to our prison camps. That battle could have gone so much better, but not everything can go perfect. If everything was perfect, it would be no fun. But that does drop our readiness down. Let's get you guys fully into Jefferson City here. Get our readiness back up. And we gotta see where that other corps is. Hopefully these guys retreat north of me and head towards Quincy. We want them out of the state. That's the whole point of this campaign. Now it looks like they're retreating towards Quincy. Hopefully they keep going that way. This corps is still coming on over here. 17,000 men. They have a good chance of winning this as I think we're still mostly armed with mixed muskets in this force. Yeah, we still have mixed muskets. And the one Veer unit, who's probably about to get hammered because of those mixed muskets. Let's take a look. Where is the siege train? Okay, they're almost to where I need them to be. Looks like they traveled down a river for at least to the fork in the road. It's going to take them a while to get up here to Topeka. I do have scouting turned off so they move fast. Hopefully they can get there before their readiness drops down. Wait for this next attack to come. I'll be back. Alright, the 3rd Corps Army of Virginia under the command of Samuel Carter is now engaging us at Cumberland Gap. They're bringing 14,578 infantry, 2,200 cavalry, and 26 guns against the Army of Eastern Tennessee commanded by George Crittenden. We're bringing 11,716 infantry, 2,077 cavalry, and 8 guns. And like I said, this force is not very well armed. It's all mixed muskets and mixed cavalry weapons. So as soon as the Federals are inside of us, I do have to push troops straight into them. So hopefully their morale is not too good. That's all I can hope for right now. Welcome, my grunts, to the 2nd Battle of Cumberland Gap. It's always an interesting map to follow because you're basically forced to come in over the ridge tops, down this pass here. Thankfully, once again, we're on the defending the gap itself. Like I said, this is not a well-armed force. We've only got the 1 brigade with Enfield rifled muskets, and that's Rucker's Legion. So I do have the Knoxville Division set up here with the Walthal's Brigade, the Fort Oglethorpe Sharpshooters, and Knoxville Brigade. And Armistead's Division sitting here with Rucker's Legion, Mahone's Brigade, and Colton's Brigade. My 2 batteries, Rutledge's Battery and Caswell's Artillery, are both sitting here in the center, pointed down the road. And the Cavalry Division is sitting in reserve with 31st Tennessee, the 4th Tennessee, and the 1st Confederate State Cavalry. So we're going to get some breastworks built up, though they're not going to do as much good because we're going to be outrange, but just try and get these guys leveled up a little bit more. So we surely need it. So I'll be back once we have contact with the Federals. Alright, it's now 11:18 in the morning. We do have our first sighting on Federal infantry as our works are just getting completed now. This is kind of perfect timing. Or mostly completed, at least. Have Mahone keep working over here while we can. So far, it's just the one brigade more than back here. So this is rough terrain to move an army through. So hopefully they come in nice and dispersed for us. Hey, you boys can stop what you're doing. Looks like they're halting. That's good. We're condensing together for one of those weird pushes that we see. Who we got back here? Gibraltar Brigade. I just do not have a lot of artillery for this force. This is my most, basically, outside the Kanawha force, this is the most underserved force in the whole of the armies. You guys back on those breastworks at the double, please. You guys are still building, that's fine. Looks like it's going to be a few minutes where any of these attacks kick off, so I'll be back. Alright, looks like the West Virginia Brigade is approaching my eastern defensive works, or my northeastern defensive works, and Gibraltar Brigade's coming down the road this way against these works over here. We do have the 1st West Virginia Battery B and 1st West Virginia Cavalry on the road behind, and more troops behind them. Time for you boys to stand up and give them a welcome. These mixed smoothbores are going to be well out of range. Hopefully Rucker can see this brigade off without too much issue. They want to keep marching down the road, but there's no objective over there, boys. And I'd actually thought about leaving this road uncovered too. It's a good thing I didn't. Hope this height advantage will get those, there they are. Mixed smoothbores are in range with that height advantage, but not going to be doing too much in the way of damage. And they're just marching into it. Almost 50% losses on No Star Brigade, and they're just standing there taking it. There they go. You guys face back off, lay back down. Where's Gibraltar going? They're heading straight for these Fort Oglethorpe sharpshooters, it looks like. We're not going to have the height range advantage over here. It was the 2nd West Virginia Cavalry. don't have many guns, but I want to see them off as quickly as possible. A little bit closer, boys. Just a little bit closer. All right, Oglethorpe, give it to him. Indiana Regiment. Oh, keep coming this way, boys. Keep coming this way. I got something for you. Guess they were trying to ride for this perceived gap over there, though. They should have known Rucker's Legion was over here. Good job, Oglethorpe. Colson, crash that flank. Snap down range. Motors are going out a little too late. Should have moved them sooner. Give me some skirmishers, get rid of that battery. And you know what, you boys just halt, no point. You all lay back down. Looks like things are going to quiet down here for a few minutes. But they're basically broken already. Because they had even on morale with us. We already knocked them down to 25. This is not a good force that is fighting us. You boys are supposed to be firing at that battery, nobody else. Oh, we're giving some skirmishers to help them. And it looks like they're going to start withdrawing here. Yeah, they're at 22. They're going to start withdrawing. Just speed this up. And that's all she wrote. Very quick, easy fight for us. I was expecting this to be a hell show for us, as they were even on in morale. But their morale dropped fast. Maybe we took out an officer. Because their morale was equal to ours. It's the only thing I could think of. Speed this along. Oh, I'm going to have to wait for the full withdrawal again. Still ticking in our favor. Should be over here in a second. Alright, stop moving. Alright, looks like I gotta wait for their force to fully pull back off the field. And there they go. We just had to wait a little bit longer. Let's get that rolled off. Skirmish in the grand scheme of things. We lost 293 of our 11,713 infantry. And that's it. We took down 700 or 14,000 infantry. They never even really waited for their infantry to come up. That charge by the cavalry, either division or regiment, because that could have been a regiment, it's really what did them in. We took down 400 of the 2,100 cavalry. And we got the one battery of 5 guns. Total us 1,100 of 17,000 men. So not big numbers. So I want to see what forced their morale to crack like that. But combat report, we do have the one viewer unit. And you guys are in the Knoxville Division. Fort Oglethorpe Sharpshooters did 344 to infantry. How many men did you lose? For 8 dead, 28 wounded, and 4 missing. 40 casualties for the almost 400 they did. That's actually pretty damn good. Let's take a look at the feds. We didn't take out the Corps Commander. Wounded Colonel Duval of the West Virginia Brigade. What caused them to break the way they did? And these numbers aren't adding up. They had 14,000 infantry, supposedly. Where are they getting that number from? Oh, this division right here. Which never made it to the fight. It has 5 brigades in it. Wow. Okay. We can close out here and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. A victory at the second battle of Cumberland Gap. 3rd Corps of Army of Virginia retreating in panic. And General Crittenden became a national hero from that fight. And Colonel Duval took the blame for the loss. And he was wounded. He's the only wounded officer, too. And he's the one who took the blame. That's horrible. Alright, Battle of Cumberland Gap is ended with 3rd Corps, Army of Virginia retreating in panic. The enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 1,145 men. 178 killed and 198 captured. Our casualties totaled 293 men with 27 killed, 37 missing, and the rest are wounded. Captured 478 rifles and 1 gun from the field and sent another 196 soldiers off to our prison camps. Those things have got to be filling up. But I do have a bunch of them, so we got some time yet. Let's go take a look at those real fast. Yep, the 3 that were built down here, which I never ordered built. You got 0 men in Laredo, prison camp 2. There's 4 of them. 0 men in Laredo, camp 4. 3,200 in camp 3. 7,500 in camp 1, so that's full up. And probably that means we're filled up down here. Andersonville's probably full. 11,646 to 33,000. I thought we've had taken a lot more prisoners than that. Fit a lot more in Andersonville. It's not overcrowded as it should be. Alright, I'm not going to end this episode here. I mean, it was 3 fairly short battles, so we're going to keep this going. I want to see if we can get Either another fight in or we get to June 1st, whichever comes first. Alright, I did send the Vicksburg Squadron with both of its ironclads up to engage the federal fleets outside of Memphis, and it looks like it might have been a worse idea than I thought it was going to be. So there's a lot of federal ships here, a lot of ironclads, a lot more than I thought they would have. So you got two fleets here, the Missouri River Squadron and the Ohio River Squadron. There are some wooden boats in here, which should hopefully drag down their morale, but our ships are already taking a pound. The Manassas came up here at 70%, the Virginia was at 100%, and she's already down to 89. So this is not going to go well for us, I don't think. But I did need to get these fleets cleared out. Maybe we can force them off. I'm hoping we can force them upriver. Things are not looking too bright, though. I forced off one of their tin-clad gunboats, but that's it. Looks like we've sunk one of their third rates. That is not really helpful, though. The ironclad's gone. If we're lucky, maybe we'll capture one or two, but no, we're just going to do some damage and looks like withdraw. Too bad I don't have a withdraw option. I like where we are right now. Oh, what do we got here? The siege train is in contact with the Department of Kansas, which I expected, but also 2nd Corps Army of Southwest Missouri. I guess they retreated into Kansas. The Army of Southwest Missouri retreated into Kansas, so why has Missouri not switched over to me? Oh, we probably got to take Quincy also, because it kind of controls these towns. Okay. But this is probably going to force them back into the state. This is interesting. And this is not a combat force. So Department of Kansas, 2,087 men and 6 guns. 2nd Corps Army, Southwest Missouri, 18,140 men and 2 guns. Looks like their headquarters and the other corps is over here, thankfully. So they're bringing 16,225 infantry, 3,902 cavalry, and 8 guns to our 9,871 infantry, 1,628 cavalry, and 25 guns. And my morale... one brigade with low morale, we can deal with that, but that's a big chunk of our infantry. That's 1,300 men. Almost 1,400, that's a big chunk of our force right there. Now, hopefully the morale of the 2nd Corps Army of Southwest Missouri is still trash. Let's go jump into it. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Topeka. So we're on the attack. We are attacking the Reagan farm here, the Regain farm. And we are on the Mound City map, which I do happen to like to fight on because it is such a flat map. You know, it's very flat, very sparsely wooded. It's an interesting map to fight on. Kind of, you get those big Napoleonic-style battles on there if you get enough forces. Very straightforward. So they're defending the Regain farm again. I'm basically going to rehash what I did last time, depending on how the Federals are set up. I'm going to come here to this crossroads, possibly cross here, and attack across the field here, like I did last time on this map with the Indian Army. So, get my forces set up and on the move, and I'll be back in once we have contact with the Federals. Alright, we have moved into day 2, but it actually started us at 11 p.m. for some reason. I think there might be a little bit of a glitch there. And we do have sighting on some of the Federals. They have done entrenchments here in front of the Reagan farm. And they are spread out this way, but I'm not sure how far they are spread out. What are you guys waiting for orders from? I think we might have a glitch here. And we actually have a glitch. Interesting. Okay, let me see if I could fix this without breaking the battle. Alright, I was able to fix it without too much issue. Brought it back to 6 a.m. of day 2 where it should have been properly. My troops still on the move. So it was towards the end of the day of day 1, so we didn't get too far down the road here. Oh, is my artillery actually moving with some alacrity? That'd be interesting. And a first. So I was saying, the Federals are spread out here, entrenchments here, and spread out down the road here. So I think my initial planning, there's some vedettes. We gotta see what's going on. So I think crossing here and coming on their flank again is the best route to take. Actually, no. Virginia, you go here. Jeff Davis Legion, go there. Wrong location. I want you over here. Virginia Local Defense Brigade, come here. Yeah, this is basically like the Virginia Reserves Corps that I turned into the siege train. But I need better sighting of what's happening. I mean, we take an overnight attrition. 194 in overnight attrition. They took 250. That's 1.6% of our force. That's a big hit. And this corps' morale looks much improved since its last fight. Their morale's at 49.3 to our 42.8. Did you give me vedettes, or you don't have enough to put out vedettes? That's probably what it is. You didn't put out vedettes either. You have enough men for that. You boys get over onto this hillside without getting trounced. Yeah, I'm going to try and force a crossing right now. I can always halt them on the way. It'll be a little while for those orders. Get there. His corps commander is still all the way back here. Where is he? He's already back here with the artillery. Orders are on the way, but there's still going to be a little bit. It looks like we can safely get across here. I don't want to attack through the stream and across the woods here. I want to come in from this flank out in the open. Where's that dispatch rider? There he is. At least the artillery is not slowing each other down this time around, but it might have to do with the glitch, but I'll happily take it. And definitely be a little while before I'm ready to go, so I'll be back. Alright, I was just crossing my entire force over here onto the federal flank and set up my batteries to fire down into the federal forces here. They're not really doing too much damage, but it looks like it's been enough for the Missouri engineers as they are now advancing against us. I'm going to have to leave Anderson's brigade out of the attack. Yeah, we got only Springfield muskets in this force. Better than mixed muskets, but Federal's going to have us desperately outrange. I was really hoping my artillery would soften them up. Hopefully there's only one brigade that comes forward. Maybe there's a scouting force, I'm hoping. You guys digging entrenchments, get you up to level 3. So I really just want to let my artillery work over these positions for a while. Let's have you boys bombard over here. It's just this one brigade. I want to let my artillery do its work. I want to try and break their morale. As we're almost even on, actually. I think one of their brigades did run from the field. It says Nelson here. Gonna see who that is. Division commander, no troops. That's all it was. Okay, that's standard. Come on, Anderson, see these boys off. There they go. I'm going to detach you boys. Can't have you come forward in the attack. Or detached all the batteries. All these batteries are way under strength. Worse than I thought they were. 4 guns, 4 guns, 4 guns. 3 guns. The divisional are even worse. There's 2 guns in the Montauk. 3 guns in the Richmond Heavy. And 3 guns in the Fluvanna. These batteries are all severely under strength. Hopefully this bombardment does some morale work for us. Burgess detachment. Western sharpshooters are sitting over here, so that might be from them. But I don't think their force is large enough to be sending out any skirmishers. But I'm going to let my artillery work for until about, it's 8:20 now. I'm going to let my artillery work until about 9:30. Then we'll start pushing in the attack. Alright, I did let the artillery barrage roll on longer than I had initially intended. It's now 12 noon, but weren't having as much of a morale effect as I was hoping to have, but we have had an effect on their morale. Their morale is now down to 55, so it's just a little bit lower than ours. But we are starting to have an effect. Like the Western Sharpshooters right there, which is a brigade I am worried about. It seems to be looking still good, but we're going to start pushing in Hill's 2 brigades to go face off against them. And I'll follow them up with the Virginia Reserve. And I do have the cavalry division out this way, back behind the federal forces. Hopefully, once the attack begins, I can bring them in back here to hopefully drag down the federal morale even further with the rearward cavalry attack. Yeah, they got their orders. I should have condensed them down sooner. Let's follow you back out of the way. Actually, what I can have you do is just start working on some breastworks, get your level up. Because you're not taking part in the fighting at all. You guys get to level 3? Not quite. I have to start building some more. Get you boys up to level 3. I've got to get rid of all the mixed muskets and smoothbores in my army. It's just taking forever. We're still bombarding. Does not look like. Let's reissue that order. Alright, Western Sharpshooters are turning to face us. And they are moving away. Alright, let's bring these batteries up. I have detached them from their parent divisional commands. And majority of their forces, still a bunch of forces out this way. They're stretched all the way down to here. I think that's the Kansas force over there, possibly. Retreating to the bombardment zone. Hopefully you boys break. Make my day so much easier. I hope this is not another engagement where I have to chase them down. Where's your division commander? There he is. Seems like my bombardment order keeps turning off, but I think it's a lack of proper shells. Yeah, low ammunition. And I did take the one battery commander wounded during the overnight phase. Boys up a little bit closer here. Get them in range of Magruder's circle so they don't show us detached anymore. Right, boys, just go over to fire, Will. There's our big issue, the range. We're going to take so many casualties pushing this attack in. Anderson, get your division up, please. We're going to need you sooner than later. Do not need to come up on this brigade in the entrenchments. Maybe I should have just kept on with the bombardment. They are falling back. They don't want to fight us, even though the morale allows it. Boys, tag team that brigade. I gotta start the next division forward. not on the move yet, but they will be soon. There they go. Anderson's division, then I'll push Bragg's division in behind him. Just gotta clear out this clutch over here. You should be proud of yourselves. One brigade holding back an entire division, though. Look at the casualties you're taking doing it. I think somebody's divisional staff there. There goes that brigade. The boys fall back a little. We're taking enough casualties, and Toombs is wounded. And it just happened as I was clicking on them. Alright, let's move your men in closer. We're gonna have you dismount, loose order, and push into yourselves. You guys do have some decent weaponry. Oh, McClaw's actually got Mississippi's, alright. I think they started with Mississippi's, is why they have them. Alright, Bragg, get your men ready. As soon as we clear these two brigades, we'll push you in. Alright, I told you to engage that brigade. Orders. Move the hell in. You need to get close to those smooth bores. I don't know why they're not turning out of their entrenchments to face us, but it does come down to their commander. He's not a very good one. That's a lot of Federals back here still. And we knew there were a lot of them here, so they do have us outnumbered over 2-1. These boys are hanging in hard. Okay, there goes one brigade. The Laws is taking the brunt of it so far. You don't like what's coming for you. Let's turn this little trap they set themselves into a charnel house, boys. Off the 16th US if you could, please. You boys fall back. This is turning into a Rochambeau. I cannot afford these casualties. The 16th is just hanging in there. There they go. Bragg, get ready to move. Push into it. Bragg, get your men moving. No, you don't want everybody else taking all the glory from you. Especially the cavalry, they're doing a good amount of the work here. At the double, please, gentlemen. Need you up there now. Cavalry's definitely dishing out more than they're taking, but they really can't stand much more. You have an entire wing of the Federals who are just not getting involved. Brad, we're going to push you right into the objective point. Come give a hand over here. All their officers are just mashed up over here. Where's the Army commander? I see two of the Corps commanders. Where is he? Pretty high casualties. Still doing better 2-1 on them, but that's still a large chunk of this force. We may get a major victory out of this. Seventh Brigade just broke. It's kind of to be expected, though. Push in, we're in their rear. Greg, what the hell are you doing back here? Move up. There we go, forcing them to turn out. Very good. Advance down the entrenchments. Major victory, look at that. I can't believe we pulled that off. Though if we go to 16% casualties, we'll lose that. And we're about to hit that 16%. There they go. And it looks like everything just froze. That's a visual glitch. Hopefully we don't lose the major victory. Not too bad for a siege force. Yep, we just shifted over to a minor victory, went over 16% casualties. Should have fought these guys back. I didn't realize I had VMI in this force. Alright, we lost a major victory. Oh well. But hopefully this will get them out of Kansas now. Not really losses my force could afford, but hopefully this will help alleviate some supply issues, because that's going to be less mouths to feed. Still a lot of damage, though. It's the 50 extra men that we lost that pushed us back to a minor victory. Alright, we took down 3,200 of their 16,000 infantry, 750 of their 3,800 cavalry, all 10 of their guns, total loss of 4,000 of their 20,000 men. We lost 1,595 or 9,864 infantry. That's a huge hit. 347 or 1,626 cavalry. 0 of our guns. Total loss of 1,950 of our 11,811 men. Alright, we had 2 officers wounded. One was an overnight wounding, and we lost Toombs also to being wounded. We have no viewer units in this force, so we're just going to take a look at if we got any... Oh, we wounded Fremont. That's not a good thing. As him being such a bad commander has been a big ally to us thus far. Hopefully they don't put somebody good in charge, but Fremont's wounded. Long is wounded, Commander Department of Kansas. Separate brigades. Wounded Geary, Commander of the 4th Division. Wounded Colonel Chapman, Commander of Ohio Militia. Killed Martindale, 4th Brigade Commander, 3rd Division. Wounded Long, Department of Kansas. Killed Montgomery, 1st Kansas Militia. Wounded Couch of the Western Cavalry Brigade. Wounded Colonel Bayman of 1st Missouri Cavalry. Wow, we got 9 of their officers in this battle. That's a big hit. I wish we hadn't hit Fremont. He's been our biggest ally thus far. Because he's just been a fool in every battle, much like this one. Which is why, and I always iterate this, people don't realize, like, oh, the AI is bad, the AI is bad. No, the AI is going off of the stars of the particular commander on the field. So in this case, it was Fremont, and he's just a bad commander. Hopefully, I'm really hoping somebody good does not get put in charge, but... Or maybe somebody good does get put in charge and we have some better battles. Who knows? But let's get closed out of here and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Victory at the Battle of Topeka. 2nd Corps, Department of Missouri fleeing, Army of Missouri fleeing in panic, and the Kansas Militia fleeing in panic. General Thomas became a national hero out of that, and Colonel Chapman, who I think was wounded, loses fate. Once again, they don't blame Fremont. Once again. I mean, really? Battle of Topeka is ended with 2nd Corps retreating in panic. My command is earnest total victory, the enemy army running for their lives. The enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 3,977 men. There are 648 killed and 687 captured. Our casualties totaled 1,950 men, with 198 killed, 417 missing, and the rest are wounded. We have captured 1,912 rifles and 2 guns from the field and sent 702 soldiers off to our prison camps. Alright, start getting that battle rolled off, and let's go back to this naval engagement, which is not going to end in our favor. Hopefully we start... Yep. Virginia's starting to withdraw. Hopefully the Manassas withdraws soon also, though it looks like she's out of range already. Alright, what type of damage we do? We sank 2 3rd rate or 4th rates, possibly ships tenders. I can't remember what those are. Probably 4th. I think they're 4th rates. Yeah, 4th rates. So we sunk 2 4th rates. Doesn't really do much for us. It's the ironclads that are an issue. But we did do a bit of damage to them. I think we did more damage to them than they did to us. Anderson is back. Oh, it's now June 1st, so we're going to pause this here. This means we can get these guys out now. But yeah, we're going to end this episode here. We did get quite a bit accomplished. Not a lot, actually. It feels like a bit, but a bunch of minor engagements, but we finally made it out of the month of May. Sounds like it rhymes and it shouldn't, but so yeah, like I said, once again, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. Like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige you on all counts if possible. And as always, if you're following the series and enjoying it, don't forget to bayonet that like button and butt stroke that comment section. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.